learning materials to go and train people outside, like our partners in the institution, the police, women and all that. And now when it comes to TOT, I initially worked with Skills for South Sudan, and with Skills we were like training, we identify people, then we train them. On TOT, we give them the facilitation skills and we give them the content. Then we make sure that now they go and deliver it out and we monitor what they do. And for the first, second time, until now they become confident trainers.
That's good. So you're going to help us. Can you repeat your name, please?
Mary.
You probably work with Morena in the Human Rights Department.
I know Morena, yeah.
Yes, she's very good friends of mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm called Hawa Aganas. I work for Civil Affairs, and I last trained in 2005 for HIV and AIDS awareness creation, behavior change, and community volunteers. But I also attended 2 TOT trainings. The last one was, I think, in December, of which I offered 1 training to our partner, the Peace Commission, and since then I haven't offered another training, but I have some little knowledge about TOT.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Margaret Joshua. I work for Gender Affairs Officer in Western Equatoria State, which is nearer to Rwanda.
Okay, so close.
Yes. Before joining the mission, I've been a lecturer at the University of Juba in Khartoum for 7 years. So I love training. And I hope I'll gain from this training.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
My name is Joyce Kamara. I'm a Sierra Leonean, but currently in Awil as Gender Affairs Officer. I've been a gender officer in Sierra Leone, Liberia, and now in South Sudan. And I've done a lot of training. I even had my first education and my first degree in education. And I had a distinction in teaching practice, so I've been a trainer all this while. I've taught in schools, I've taught in colleges. So I do have a lot of experience in training.
Good. Very well. You'll make our life easier.
Who knows? Maybe harder.
My name is Esther Wisa. I'm a Liberian. I've been in South Sudan since 2007 May. Before I worked with the Return Reintegration and Recovery Section. Now I'm working as an outreach officer for conduct and discipline team. I conduct breathing section to members of the local population, including women groups, students, marketing association, elders, the local chiefs, etc. I also do training to backstop our training officers. I'm happy to attend this training to improve my knowledge in gender, leadership, and peace building. Thank you.
Thank you. The team leader, if I understand correctly,
yes.
Right?
My name is Part1 Atorden. My profession, I was a teacher. I work as a civil affairs unionist in Malacan. I conduct many trainings when I was the protection of civilian officer. We used to conduct training for military and civilian. And also with the civil affairs, we used also to conduct training for the local authority and some communities in the Upper Nile. So
Thank you.
My name is Margaret Kamba. I work with the finance section and have no much experience about training, but I hope this one is going to be a fruitful one for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
I am Ismail Limbo. I work as a Gender Affairs Officer on this in WOW, and part of our work is to deliver training in gender-related issues for UNMIS staff as well as external partners and civil society and government officials. So that's
My name is Michelina Gidi. I'm a gender affairs officer, South Sudanese. I work with UNMIS gender unit. Part of gender unit mandate is to mainstream gender, and we mainstream gender through training of UNMIS staff, UNMIS contingents, and then we also mainstream gender in police by training the SPLA and other partners and the civil society organization. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
My name is Abdullah Sharif. I'm from Liberia, and I joined the mission in November of last year. I'm the Gender Affairs Officer for Lake State, Gombe. Prior to joining the mission, I worked with UN Women, and before UN Women, I worked with CCF in Liberia in the area of gender. And during those periods, I was engaged in training the security, health workers, and also community members. And I hope I will benefit from the training for the fact that I'm sitting with South Sudanese. We are going to have cross-learning, and then that will help me and assist me in having the context that I can carry out my training in Lake State.
Thank you very much.
Michael Akumute.
Is it?
I didn't know where I come from. I'm a Nigerian.
Welcome.
And, wanted to say he's an Italian. Yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there.
Let's have a chat later.
Sconto alla casa. The only language I knew when I went to Italy. I'm an ex-military officer in the Nigerian Air Force. But now, DDR officer in UNMIS in Malakal. I would say all my life has been a life of training. When I finished secondary school, I started teaching in primary school. Then I left and joined military. And at the point, I was an instructor in our Nigerian Defense Academy for about 4 or 5 years. Before I was reported to headquarters, where I eventually retired. And even here in DDRO, we do capacity building with our South Sudan DDRO Commission counterparts. So I think this training will be added knowledge to me in training and capacity building. I was in Italy in
That's why.
2005.
Okay.
I trained in MB-229 aircraft. I was aircraft engineer in the Air Force. So I was in Italy, trained on MB-229 aircraft at Varese.
Okay. No,
and that's why I got to know Sconto alla casa.
Sconto alla casa.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Discount when you pay means basically. That's what it means when you go shopping. Discount when you pay.
Okay, my name's Rhoda Jose Primo. I'm a Gender Affairs Officer in Warab State. I've just recently joined the mission, but previously I was working in Darfur with UNAMID. And most, as a Gender Affairs Officer also. And most of the activities of Gender Affairs Officers, as my colleagues have said, we are building the capacity of the government, making awareness raising to the community, civil society, community leaders. I have attended only one TOT training, and we have been doing some of TOT training but with our colleagues in other UN agencies and organizations. And most of the time I'm training myself alone how to go and conduct trainings, but I'm excited when I learn this training to add my skills so that I have more training skills when I'm conducting my training. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My name is Benjamin Makur. I'm a civil affairs officer at Lake State. I did a couple of trainings, in fact, before I even joined UN. So I was once a teacher, as others mentioned. I did training in civic education. I also do training in peace building, conflict management, and I've been planning another one currently with our traditional chiefs in South Sudan. We will bring them here to this country So it will be a great pleasure to go and see museum around because we included it in our program. So it's a great pleasure to be here.
Welcome. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Francis Jeremiah Shui. I'm 3.5 months old in gender. But I've been a teacher for 5 years and also a trainer for first aid in the local Sudanese Red Crescent Society for about 4 years. Then also got myself involved in journalism. I was working for public information. I was a focal point for outreach activities when it was one country, and after it was separated, then I left that work just 3.5 months ago to join gender. But I'm really interested in this gender and leadership and peace building, although I have heard of them, but this time I'm sure I'm going to know them deeply and how I can help my people back home in Unity State and in fact South Sudan. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Well, I see there is a good mixture of competence and skills here. For the one of you who are less experienced in actively being training, I say don't worry, we'll have time to develop together some competence and skill. For the one of you who have strong experience in training, I will invite you to participate and to provide your input as much as possible in the coming days, because learning in the days that Alessandro and myself will facilitate will come a lot more from your exchange between yourself than from what Alessandro and myself will provide you directly. So I hope that this different competence and capacity will create a flow of information and of learning that will be extremely beneficial for all. I'm a bit embarrassed now because I'm not sure about how the program will develop, so I'm not sure what I can do. You're starting something, then it's going to be cut out because we have guest of honor arriving, I think, from Kigali. But probably it will be nice for us to start understanding exactly how these 2 days that Alessandro and myself will be spending with you are going to be articulated, and then if I don't know if Mark would like to spend a few words on the rest. This is a 2 weeks program, as was mentioned by Mark. The first 2 days, the one Alessandro and I are in charge of, are focused specifically on training methodology. So with myself and Alessandro, we will approach, you will approach gender. Not so much. We will be focused mainly on how to be effective in training when you will go back to South Sudan. After our 2 days, then the content-related training will start, and then they will provide you all the content to put inside the methodology. Hopefully, we will be able to transfer to you. Training of trainers, I know some of you already have experience, but are particular kind of trainings, because basically doing training is like practicing any kind of sports. You know, we can stay hours like explaining you how to play football or baseball or volleyball, but until you will start kicking the ball yourself, there is no real learning that will occur.
It will be forwarded by the director of One Peace Academy, who will also invite our guest of honor to present her remarks. Thereafter, we have a group photo in the lawn of Kamal and Staff College. And thereafter, we have the cocktail, and thereafter, the guest of honor will leave at her own pleasure. Guest of honor, now we are inviting the UN representative, one UN representative, to present his remarks.